This is James Kalm, the guy on the bike, and I'd like to welcome you all back for another half-assed production. Today we're coming to you from the very, very far western edge of West 27th Street, and we are so far west they call this almost New Jersey. We're going to run in and see a Jennifer Dalton show titled Reappraisal at Winkleman, and a William Powhida show called The Writing is on the Wall at SCHROEDER Romero. I think we'll dip into the Jennifer Dalton show here at Winkleman first. This place is packed. And evidently this is a revisiting of an exhibition that she did in 1999. It was inspired by her day job working at Sotheby's. And what she's got here are basically all of the items in her house. And then she's got a little catalog listing: gray marble and wood side table, leg repaired matching the one in living room, and it's valued at $25. Oh, she's even got the little price sections off. You got $10,000 to $2,000. Your price, $2,000 to $500. A show like this is a lot of fun, but it also raises some interesting questions about the whole process of deciding what art is and what a value is. It also makes you think about all of the stuff that you drag along in your day-to-day life. Got any favorites?
This whole thing?
Yeah. Anything you'd be willing to put a bid on?
I like the whole piece, to be honest with you.
Well, what would you sell all of those possessions in your life for?
I don't know.
100 grand?
Nah, nothing.
Less? 50 grand?
Yeah, fuck it. 50 grand. That'll get me out of debt and a plane ticket to somewhere, right?
Thank you. I think there are a lot of historical legacies in what Jennifer's doing here. Probably beginning with some of the essential feminists. This is the galleryist at Winkleman, and also the well-known art blogger at Winkleman.com. And now we're talking with Ed Winkleman. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the show and what you think makes Jennifer's work kind of interesting and provocative?
Jennifer starts with a central question in all of her major installations, which is this the way things are, or is it just me? Is this how I see them? And one of the things that inspired her to redo this appraisal project that she had first done in 1999 was her realizing she had accumulated so many things over the last 10 years. So the question was, does that automatically make you part of the bourgeoisie, or does it just seem that way to me? So she wanted to go back through, appraise everything again, and have Christie's appraise everything again. And one of the things I thought was most interesting is when she did this in 1999, a lot of the objects she had were presents from friends of hers who were artists. And at that time, none of them were known, and Christie's had virtually no time for these artists at all. A fair number of them now are fairly well established, and their artwork has skyrocketed in value. So to look at that...
And is her value also skyrocketing?
It has done very well, actually.
Absolutely.
It has done very well. In fact, that was one of the most rewarding things, was to have Christie's appraise all the work that they had looked at back then, virtually at the baseline level, and give it much higher value this time around. So it's very
okay, cool. All right. Well, thanks, Ed. Well, here's the artist right here, Jennifer Dalton, but she's a little bashful, and she decided that this is about as far as she could go with her performance. But I did ask her what the grand total of the entire project was. She said roughly, this is about $440,000, but her own personal estimate was much higher. Let's run on to William Powhida. This is SCHROEDER Romero, and now we're taking a look at an exhibition by William Powhida titled "The Writing is on the Wall." Man, here we got a wall of portraits. That's impressive. Oh, you were wondering, huh? Kristen Jensen, Mrs. William Powhida. So, tell me what you think of the show.
It's amazing. I'm very proud. It's amazing that it came together. And,
is William crazy or is William crazy?
They're both crazy.
They're both crazy?
They're both crazy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's a very impressive installation. If you aren't on this list, you aren't crap. Here's the artist. Is this William Powhida or William Powhida?
This is William Powhida.
The William Powhida or the other William Powhida?
The William Powhida, the actual artist.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about this piece here that we're looking at? What's the title of this?
It's called Relational Wall, and
it's called what?
Relational Wall.
Relational Wall. Okay. Is your picture in there somewhere?
No, I feel like
haven't made it to Art Forum yet, huh?
He did quote when somebody asked him which character he was in the Scanner Darkly. He's like, I'm not a character in the novel. I am the novel. You know, like this is my experience.
And how many pictures do you have around the edges? Do you have any idea?
It's about 2,800.
2,800.
We captured about 3,500 initially, and this was.
You boiled it down?
No, barely. You know, not through any real selection process, just sheer numbers.
Is that Keanu?
No.
I think it is. There's Jerry. And Roberta is looking very glamorous.
She's pretty good here.
Jules de Belancourt, Dana Schutz, Jeffrey Dietz. Here's one of their favorites, Dash Snow. Take a look at some of his other smaller drawings here on paper. How did shit get so bad? Memoir chronology, boozing. 1976 in upstate New York. Book ideas, The End of Representation, The Possibility of Failure, Cocaine Aesthetics, I Still Hate You, The Obsoletists, All the Angry Unrepresented Artists. Somehow that's all a little too close to home. Now we're in the SCHROEDER ROMERO project space, and we're looking at a collaboration project between Jennifer Dalton and William Powhida. I think this is about art from the future. We're sort of dealing with what's going to happen here in the art world in 2 years, and we're going to end up with the Schro, Winkle, Foyer, Boone, Wilden, Rosen, Gagosian Gallery. Sounds like the future is going to be a nightmare. I'm going to sign off from SCHROEDER ROMERO and Jennifer Dalton's reappraisal here at the Winkleman Gallery. Thanks, Kate. Well, we caught up with William Powhida for one more question. What does the whole idea of institutional critique mean to you?
The way I look at it, it's institutional critique to me is like, how do we create value? You know, how do artists, how are they assigned value? You know, how does it happen like incredibly quickly? How does it sort of climb through time? But, you know, there's this notion that's commonly agreed upon preciousness. And I'm just sort of exploring that notion of, you know, how we arrive at what's valuable, who's valuable, and I'm very interested in the things that go on outside of the artwork. I'm the goldfish, you know, in the pond, thinking about the water that I'm swimming. The art world is a game played between every person from all time, you know, throughout history. It's always going on. You know, no one's dead. They're still creating value. They're still being used to prop up other artists.
You're exploring the mystery.
Yeah, I think so.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I've had a couple of beers, so that's my
Thanks.
caveat.
Hey, congratulations.
Thanks, man.